and welcome to Pilates for a Healthy Back. So I had a back injury way back when I was 19, and it kept bothering me for many years. And I tried all kinds of things. I definitely, did my physical therapy. I did chiropractic. I was in good shape. I worked out. I exercised. But it wasn't until I started a regular Pilates practice that my back stopped feeling that same injury over and over and over again, just out of the blue. So now I have to keep up with those things that make my back feel safe and stable and healthy. And I just wanted to share that with you. And they're very basic, they're nothing fancy, but they really do make such a difference in how I feel, and I could not be without these certain little exercises. So I hope that you enjoy these and you use these when you do feel, you don't have to have had a big back injury to need this. It's a way to keep your back healthy if it is, or you may just have, that achy back thing that, we all have after a long day of standing, or a lot of stress has been going on in your life and it starts to manifest in the back. So there's lots of reasons we can do our back stuff. So we're going to start lying on the back and plant your feet. We want to align. So alignment is such a big part of back health. So we want to align our knees right above our hips, and then our ankles right below our knees. And then the shoulders are right in line with hips, and the arms are by your sides. These are called platform. They just create a platform of stability for us. And we're going to start with knee folds. Knee folds are a staple in my life. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, contract the belly, the low abs, transversus, and pull the right leg in. And don't stop pulling until you feel like that is my max. We're not using our hands, we're using our belly. And then just slowly dip your toes. You might be able to tap the floor. If that bothers your back to go that far, don't go that far. And then again, pull. Keep pulling, pulling, pulling until you can't go any farther. And tap. It's not just about lifting and lowering the knee. It's about finding those deep abdominal muscles that sit right in front of our lower back and help protect and control that space. So you want to find max here. Exhale. Inhale. If you're not feeling your belly contracting, you're not bringing the leg in close enough. Try not to tense your shoulders up or your neck or your face. Two more. Hold this next one, so bring it all the way to max. Flex your foot. I call this pumping the brake. So press your foot forward. It might be 45. If this lower position bothers the back, then bring it to a higher position. And then pull it in. Again, all the way in as tight as you can. Inhale, press. And exhale, pull, pull, pull until you can't pull anymore. Lengthen, firm your thigh. Feel a little tone in the glute. You've got to come back to all the basic stuff from Pilates that we learned. The scooping of the belly, the toning of the glute, the engagement of inner thigh, that's what's keeping your leg in alignment. And the softening of the spaces that you don't need right now. Two more. On the next extension, hold it, breathe it in. And as you breathe it out, just lift your leg. Again, we want to use our abs to pull the leg in as close as we can. And then inhale, lower. Exhale, pull, 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 pull. And inhale, just go to working level. We want to keep our spine exactly the same. Do not change the position of your spine when you're taking it down. If it does change and you can't stop it from changing, that's not your working level right now. So just leave it up a little bit higher. Through your nose to lower. Breathe out through your mouth to pull. And do two more of these. Keep pulling till you've got that max. We're going to leave this one up at the top. Then point your foot. Externally rotate your leg from the hip. So first the knee was looking toward me. Now the knee is looking over to my right corner. And then we're going to circle on the ceiling with our toes. We're not trying to do a very big circle. We're working on stability. So we want to stabilize the hips, not let them move at all. We're also stabilizing the spine from our abdominals. Inhale, exhale. Pulling the leg as close to you as you can. That's where we're going to feel those low, deep belly muscles. 2 more this way. And then go the other way. Just make sure your breath flows. Don't hold it at the top. Don't hold it at the bottom. So we say you want your inhale to meet your exhale, and you want your exhale to meet your inhale. 2 more. Come back to parallel. Bend your knee and then grasp it either on the shin or the thigh. If it hurts your knee to grab the shin, then of course hold the thigh instead. And just pull it in nice and strong. Then take a breath in. And as you breathe out, just pick your head up. And we'll hold here for a few breaths. Try not to lift the shoulders up, but press them down instead. Feel your belly contracting. That's what's helping you get real close here. Slowly lower your head and then lower your right leg. So take a sec and notice how differently you feel. Not only in the right leg, but all the way up the right side of the body. And then we'll take out on our left. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, fold your left knee and keep folding, folding, folding until you can't fold anymore. And then tap your toe. It may or may not touch the floor. Exhale, pull, 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 pull. Inhale, dip. So these will be slow because you aren't just going through motion, you're connecting to your deepest strength. And that's really what a healthy back is about, is feeling yourself deep down into the trunk and the core muscles, the powerhouse muscles. The deeper you can feel things, the more stable and strong you'll be. We don't want superficial strength. 4 more. Just the way like we talk about the rectus is the one people like, I want a 6-pack. They're just talking about their rectus. We want to make sure we're strong all the way down to the transversus, which you can't see. It's not about the look of it. It's about how we feel, how we function in life. Now hold this one in real tight. Flex your foot. Pump the brakes. So press to your working level with a neutral spine. Pull it in all the way in. Inhale, press. Exhale, pull. Keep pulling. Remember, don't come out of it until you found your edge. And I really do feel my abdominal muscles contract when I do this. 2 more. Hold the leg out on this one. Keep the flexion. Now lift your leg and keep pulling, pulling, pulling until you can't pull anymore because you know your belly's working hard. And then lower working level. And exhale, pull, 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 pull. And inhale, lower. Notice also what's going on in your foundation leg, your standing leg, that the big toe stays pressed firmly. If one inner thigh is contracted, the other one is more likely to stay contracted. The inner thighs have a ton to do with our knees, with our back, with our hips. They're kind of that neglected space in the body with a lot of things that we do in modern life. 2 more. Partly why so many of us hurt in modern life. Now hold it at the top, point your foot, and find external rotation. So the knee pointed toward me, now it points to my left corner and circles on the ceiling. You're trying to bring the leg as close to you as you can as you circle around. It's not just a circle, it's a pull from deep inside. 2 more. Hips aren't moving. And then go the other way. Breathe. Inhale meets exhale. Exhale meets inhale. There's a lot of phrases we say a lot in Pilates, but it's because they're so important and we need the reminders. We have a lot of habits and they kick in, like holding our breath. And then bring it back to parallel. Bend your knee and take hold of your thigh or your shin. Pull it in nice and tight. Feel that release, hopefully in your low back. Breathe in right here, and when you breathe out, pick your head up, pull your nose and knee close. But if the shoulders did this, just press the shoulders back down. And slowly bring it back down to position of platform arms and planted feet, and notice your left side. Not only your leg, which you probably will feel on tip flexor, but all the way from the front and back side. Then let's do some bridges, and we're gonna start nice and slow. During bridge, be sure all 10 toes are staying on the floor. Reason is because oftentimes we'll let that big toe pop up and we lose inner thigh connection, and it isn't as safe or as effective for our low back because of powerhouse. So slowly start to peel up, and don't even try to go very high at first. We're just working range. And then when you're coming down, you imagine that your spine is a strand of pearls. Each vertebrae is a pearl. And one at a time, they lower down as if you were dropping a strand of pearls onto a table. And then peel it up. Toes are all down. Curl. Trying to get as much articulation in the spine as you can. Meaning you want to get a big curve. Down at the low part of the back, we have a harder time curling this way. Spinal flexibility is directly related to deep core strength, the transversus abdominals. So our abs have 4 layers. Rectus is on the outside, external obliques go diagonally, internal obliques go diagonally the opposite way, and then transversus abdominal layer run horizontally. So you want to feel kind of that width from hip bone to hip bone. One of the ways we sort of do a little finger touch for it is take your fingers like right below your navel and then press them out, and that gives you that feeling of width. You want to be sure the chest is soft, the shoulders are relaxing, and your face is relaxed. So Joseph Pilates was all about efficiency. So we want to be efficient. If I'm using all this energy to tense my face and shoulders, I'm wasting it for where I really need it, which is my back, my belly, my legs, and glutes. Take 2 more of these bridges. Inhale out and exhale, peel. Hopefully feeling like you're a little bit more loose in the back. On the next one, hold it. So Joseph Pilates called it a shoulder bridge to remind us that we want to be on our shoulders, not our neck. He took a lot of things from yoga. He took things from a lot of places, from dance, gymnastics, martial arts. A lot of things he studied, he brought with him to the practice and gave it all, one big umbrella. And bridge is one, but we always want to make sure it's the shoulder bridge. Then slowly peel it down, one vertebrae at a time. Then bring one knee and the other into your chest. Hold the thighs or hold the shin. Take a few moments to circle one direction. Just gentle circles. And then go the other way. And then bring it to the center and come back to platform arms. So we're going to do a little combination. If you don't want to put your toes all the way down on the floor, if that compromises your back, here's what I want you to do. Just tap the right toe and pull the left leg in closer. Bring it back, and then tap the left toe and bring the right leg in closer. That's your modification. Or you can do a down, down, up, up. So press your palms down, and then the right foot's going to go down, toe ball heel. The left leg stays in real close. And then left foot comes down, toe ball heel. And then right leg comes up real close. Now hold it real close as your left leg comes up. Do that again. Right toes down, toe ball heel. Left toes down, toe ball heel. Right leg up, hold it as your left leg comes up. Let's do one more sequence like this. So lower the right leg, but don't let the left leg move. Lower your left leg slowly. Bring your right leg in real close. Hold it as the left leg comes up. Now don't move, and we're going to do the other side. If you're tapping, just continue to tap. So now we're going to bring the left leg down and the right leg stays in close. Then right leg toe ball heel. Left leg comes up, pull it in all the way, hold it. And then the right leg. Left leg down. Control. Toe ball heel helps us be in control, using strength, not just movement. And then right foot toe ball heel. Hold it as the right leg comes up tight. One more time, left leg down. Then the right. And then left leg up, pull. And then the right. And then just give your legs a little hug. And we'll take a arms out to the sides. You can let your palms rest open and just gently let the knees fall to the side with control. So our transitions are just as important as our stretches and our exercises and movements. So be mindful, and then let your head just fall to the left unless that bothers your neck. If it does, you can just keep gazing at the ceiling. Breathe. And then come up to the center and hug the knees nice and tight. And then slowly, mindfully, with your strength, bring your knees left, open your arms. Maybe explore looking right. Seated. So rolling like a ball is a great exercise for the back, but if that's not for you, roll to your side, push with your hands and come up. If you want to do a little roll, tuck your chin, hug those legs in real tight, use your core, and just rock a couple times until you can come all the way up. And then we're going to find our way to table. So you can cross your ankles or sweep your feet around and come up into table. Align your wrist under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Making sure we're nice and neutral. So the ankles are behind your knees and your head is extending out. We say that our head is an extension of our spine. So you want to lengthen it and you want to keep the navel lifted. When we get in this position, sometimes the belly gets really lazy because it's like, oh, the arms and the legs are holding me up. Never do that. Even out in the world, don't just ask your arms and legs to do everything because your back will be compromised. Now we're just going to cow and cat, which are so basic but so necessary to do every day. So even though I'm dropping the belly, I'm still feeling contracted in the muscles. I think more about lifting the tailbone and chest. That's cow. And then the initiation comes from the lower abs to go to cat. So pull the lower belly in below your navel, and then everything follows. And you gaze toward the navel. Belly in as you arch. So this doesn't mean I let the belly go. Just remember that's so important. Pull with muscles to round into cat. Cow, we feel gentle compression, which we want to feel gentle compression in our spine. It keeps the discs healthy. It squeezes them. So when you release it, they just open up and feel so free for cat. And in cat, we want to open the spaces in between each vertebrae as much as we can. Inhale up. The abs are always working. And exhale round. If your abs don't get a little tired in this practice, maybe next time try to contract them more because they should get a little fatigued. You have to get a little fatigued in the muscles to get them as strong as they'll go. You don't have to hurt or feel exhausted to be doing something effective for your body. You don't even have to sweat to do something important. One more, cow and cat. Back to neutral. So another one that's a staple for back strength and back health is spinal balance. So align yourself, feel a long neck, and then press into the hands equally, but take your right leg back. Flex your foot and point your big toe to the floor. That helps keep your inner thigh engaged. If you turn out, the inner thigh isn't engaged, and that's not part of our powerhouse, right? And then if you feel like this is it, stay. If you feel like you could do more, tiptoe your left fingers out to a 10th finger, or raise your left arm. And as we're staying, we're trying to stay aligned, shoulders and hips point to the mat, but we're also trying to lift as high as we can and just breathe. You can exhale through nose or mouth when you're holding. Now softly bring your hand and knee back down. And then realign. Every time you go to another side, we do a little moment of realignment. And then using core, lift your navel, lift the left leg, big toe to the floor. Feel activated in your inner thigh muscles, adductors. Stay here or walk your right fingers forward to 10s or lift the right hand up. Stay square but lift high. Breathe. Soft face. get us started on the belly. So you can walk your knees back a step or hands forward a step. And lower down slowly. Control mindfulness, strength. Come on up into a Sphinx. Prop up the elbows right under the shoulders. So we don't want to be back here. We don't want to be out here. We want to feel that our upper arm is vertical. And then wrists are straight in front of your elbows. So I always look at myself. You know, you gotta look at yourself to know if you're aligned. Sometimes we feel we're aligned, and if we look, we're like, oh, well, I'm not. Because we have a lot of habits that get us off of alignment and make it feel square when it's not. Spread out the fingers, an energetic pull. So we're just gonna pull and release. So feel like your elbows and hips wanna touch each other, but they're stuck on the mat and they can't. So you just pull and let it release. Pull, release. You wanna keep your collarbones broad and wide. Neck long. You can gaze slightly forward, not looking down, but not looking too far up either, because that will crank the neck. Do 4 more of these. Just pull, release, pull, release. Exhale. Inhale, 1 more. Back to the center. So we're going to torque. In torquing, you can move your hand if you need to forward or even wider. Don't want to hurt the back on this. So just push in to your right hand. The elbow comes up. If you can't straighten your arm, just move your hand. Often what happens is that hip will come up. So lower it back down. Another thing that happens is the shoulder comes up to the ear. So press it down. Lats. So I haven't talked a lot about lats, but the lats, these muscles, armpit to waist, the wings, they're also part of our powerhouse. And they also help protect our back and shoulders. So pulling the shoulder down from the lats, you'll feel that wrap around the ribs. Breathe. Slowly bring it back. And then we'll take our other side, so press into the left hand. Know that you can adjust it, lift the elbow, lower your left hip. Lower your left shoulder. Breathe. On your exhale, softly lower. Then we're just going to take 4 more in a flow. Now that you're a little looser, push into the right hand, look over the shoulder. Try to keep your right hip glued to the mat. And lower. Just slowly bring your hands under your shoulders, lower your chest. Use your core to push up to table. And we'll take a little child's pose. So open your knees, big toes together. Sink your hips and rest your head. See how you're feeling? Hopefully stabilized. You know, sometimes that feeling we can't describe. It's just that I have created this girdle of stabilization around the back. Back issues, or you want to prevent ever having back issues, then practice this, you know, most days. I won't say like every single day, but try to as many days as you can. Just jump on the floor, and once you practice this with me, you know, however long it takes, you'll find that this just becomes natural, this movement, and you'll be able to do it without me. You might be doing it in your bed, you might be like lying on the floor watching a movie or something. So just make it a part of your life, and I promise it will help your back feel better and keep it nice and healthy. Thank you very much. The light in me honors the light in you.